The other interesting point that you brought up is a lot of people have heard about vitamin E, and maybe have even heard from a lot of folks, these are some old studies, that potentially even supplementing vitamin E may do more harm than good. But I think you're bringing up an important distinction between the different forms, there's probably 8 forms of vitamin E. So can you explain a little bit more the differences between the tocotrienols and the tocopherols? You mentioned different plant-based sources have different balances of it, and this annatto has the pure balance, the pure tocotrienols. But how should people think about the differences between these forms of vitamin E, and what are the different functions essentially that they have?
Okay, then a good way to explain this would be this. If you think of this like a sperm, the picture here is not so good. This is a head. Just think of this as a big head. So this would be the antioxidant head here. And then it carries a tail here. The tail of a vitamin E, if it's a tocopherol, the entire tail here is saturated. That's a tocopherol. A tocotrienol, the tail will be unsaturated, meaning it contains double bond, but the antioxidant is here. This vitamin E molecule is actually unusual, especially crafted by nature, so it fits perfectly into a phospholipid. Phospholipid are the membrane cell wall. All membrane cell wall are like that. They are phospholipid, the phosphate group sticking out, the phosphate group here, and the tail will be the fatty acid all around the cell like that. And then the tail of the phospholipid or fatty acid, they tend to be oxidizable. And then you have a vitamin E molecule there, because the vitamin E molecule also have the OH group sticking out here, and then the tail here. Now, when it is a tocopherol, it doesn't have the double bond, so the tail is longer. So it is actually anchored into the membrane deeper. So therefore, it moves around the cell slower to capture oxygen radical. But if it is a tocotrienol, the tail is shorter, anchored less deeply, and it flies around faster. Professor Lester Packer, who have since passed away, and UC Berkeley in the 1995, he discovered using electron spin resonance to find out why tocotrienol is so efficient in capturing free radical. And he found out that it spins essentially 30 to 50 times faster. And for that reason alone, it captures free radical better. I happen to have a molecule here. This is a molecule of vitamin E tocotrienol. On the ring side, remember I told you it's a ring. That's an OH group. That's a phenol ring. It has to have this OH group here next to a phenol ring to be an antioxidant. This oxygen here is in the ring, so it's not efficient, not an antioxidant. I also mentioned the tail. I purposely go off screen so you only see the tail. If you look carefully at the tail, it has 3 double bonds. My pinky here is pointing at 1. If I rotate it around, you're going to see 2 more other double bonds. See that? So because of the 3 double bonds, hence it's triene, 3 double bonds. If you remove those 3 double bonds, this whole thing will become tocopherol. If you stick in the 3 double bond, then that 3 double bond would be a tocotrienol. Now, while I'm still at it, I steal the thunder here. If I purposely show on screen here. See that the ring here? I'll just block the ring here. This part here, with that ring disappear, that is GG. That is geranyl. The plant use geranyl to make tocotrienol. Cannot be made in the human body. Only the plant does that. And so you see me talking about GG after. So the whole GG is collapsed into the ring. And then one last thing, I know I'm not stealing this away from you. And then I'm not going to bring it because the molecule is so big. See the molecule on the back table here, my thing is pointing. This is a CoQ10 molecule. It's got a ketone group here. Look at the tail. If I move my pen from here to here, that's already 1 GG molecule. I move on to here, another GG molecule. And then I'm not doing it right. And then the acid. So the whole tail of GG contains 2.5, almost 3 GG molecule. All that to say, CoQ10 remarkably is synthesized in the human body, and remarkably it is so fat soluble, which is why when you take CoQ10, it's mostly unabsorbed. That's why people keep mumbling again and again how bioavailable is a CoQ10. So this is it. So if you take GG will make this molecule in your body. So there you have it.
That's a great chemistry lesson, so that people understand that geranol essentially is a building block for many important compounds, including ubiquinol or coenzyme, the active form of coenzyme Q10, and these tocotrienols, this special form of vitamin E. And I appreciate your answer about that. It's much more efficient at sort of reducing the free radicals and the damage that they cause.